Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Grand Arena Zone. I'm joined by Kyn, as always. We're going to be looking at some of his footage from the first week of 3v3. It's a lot of good stuff, but today our roles are reversed because I usually say Kyn's the professional. I think as of now he has fallen out of top 100, and I have replaced him just because my opponent took off the last match of last round. But Kyn, how's it going?
Pretty good, Mr. Professional. I'll just call you that from now on.
Yeah,
Well done. Well done.
lucky.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, and very much. Let's see, what excuses can I use for falling out of the top 100?
You were busy. You had a business meeting.
No, I could barely play my first 3 rounds. I was camping for part of it and totally unprepared. But
There you go.
I'm lucky that I got one win. I shouldn't have gotten even that one.
Nice.
I should have an easy week. But I still got some interesting footage. I recorded while being rained on and hiking. Half of these battles
Nice.
were recorded while I was hiking on my phone.
Nice multitasking.
Indeed. So the first one here is Iden, the sort of tanky setup for Iden. Pretty good Datacron on defense. And also the Stormtrooper, whenever Stormtrooper loses taunt, remove 50% turn meter.
Right.
Which is fantastic. And I didn't even check, but I didn't have a lot of potency here.
Oh.
I was looking again to see what was going on there. So you can see at the beginning it's a little... Had she not stunned me, I think there would be no danger whatsoever, but because of the stun, it took a while to sort of catch up.
Yeah.
But after that was over, even with the very nice Datacron that they had and Stormtroopers won, because of the high armor penetration I put on Wampa, like this Datacron he has, there's no stats whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just armor penetration basically.
Oh wow.
It's set 10 one.
Yeah.
And it made it really quite easy.
Yeah. To be fair, that was an R5, sure. And I'm pretty
That is
sure.
true.
I'm pretty sure this team is mainly anti-Wampa when you mod him for tenacity or something. But
I don't even
most
think
people
it's,
don't
it's
want to do
tenacity
that.
I don't even think it's tenacity, really. It's the fact that with Stormtroopers defense and with Shore Troopers heals, like almost 50% of the time it's timeouts. I think like 60, the success rate of Wampa is like 59 or 61% or
Right,
something like that.
But it's also because, like, if they have a lot of tenacity, you're getting less dots, so it's chewing through
yes.
that defense a lot slower.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
a big hit. 54k, really ramping up.
Yeah, the armor penetration helps a great deal to get through Stormtrooper more than anything else, honestly.
Yeah. Stormtrooper is tanky. What's the level 6 on this one? It wasn't the, like, turn your defense into offense, was it?
No, it wasn't this one. It was, I think they gained critical damage upon applying debuffs, I believe.
Okay.
Which is, I don't know, not really, doesn't do anything towards Wampa because there's going to be none after the first few minutes.
Yeah.
So, really not bad. I think really, yes, the low geared or low relic Shore Trooper certainly helped. But looking at the Datacrons of the other attempts, it looks like armor penetration makes the biggest difference.
Yeah. Sure.
I don't know why I cut this so long at the end.
Probably focusing on the hiking.
Fascinating. Yeah, exactly.
And yeah,
okay.
Here's something I think a lot of people tried this week 1. You can go ahead and run it.
Yeah. All right. So this is with the Drogon level 9. And in this particular fight, I think my SLKR is faster than Leia, which definitely helps. Drogon, of course, takes his bonus turn. Interestingly, he takes it before Watt.
Yeah, maybe it's because he's faster.
Oh, probably with Leia's bonus speed for Rebels. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I was sort of hopeful about this. The downside is that I didn't have, we sort of passed it already, but my Datacron was terrible. I had no Ufu or I think it was actually actively harmful. It was 10% turn meter on buff for
Yeah,
Ubus.
I
That's all I
have
had.
one I'm gonna use on Leia, and it had that, and I sold my soul to make sure I could roll off of it because I knew it would destroy it. I only used some ally points, but I bought a data cache with ally points, which I don't usually do. But yeah, that one is
Yeah, that's.
definitely harmful.
And what I'm so surprised here, I mean, I don't know how many Leia videos I've watched now, but the amount of damage that R2 does
He's
as the
insane.
fight goes on,
It's
it's
so
crazy. I
dumb.
mean, in some ways I love it. And here I'm trying to figure out, should I go into alt? Should I risk it? A turn meter? I feel I almost should have risked it there because Leia just used a basic and I could have gone into alt then and saved
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah, I think it was inevitable. Like, this is an inevitable thing. And, like, Watt's tech, I think, helps a lot less because that's, like, for long battles of attrition. This, they just do so much damage. You, like, get blitzed so fast. And you're not really worried about their
Yeah,
debuffs. The only debuffs they do, like, the days it's locked. So, like, you're not trying to get rid of ability block. So, I don't know. I think Watt isn't really helping much.
I agree. Or maybe even, yeah, look at that damage. The true
Yeah,
damage,
it's
like 30k true damage. It's horrible.
crazy.
So this actually surprised me. I expected to go into this fight. I have a mediocre Datacron, but this normally is a slam dunk. But they have the riposte Datacron,
Oh, the riposte.
and I
Dang.
get just dumpstered. I looked at the stats yesterday when I was doing my little review, and I think Treya has a like 10% win rate or something when they have riposte. It just
Oh, jeez.
doesn't work.
I mean, I lost this exact same thing too, and in the stats it's like 78% overall. But I
Mm,
just didn't like. I used like crit avoidance or something. I was because I only cared about my team surviving, and that was the only thing I could do. I was limited on datacrons. And I just lost straight up. So it doesn't feel as safe as it used to.
yeah, the set 11 has a bunch of nice stuff
Yeah.
for Riva. It's crazy how good they are, which
Hmm.
is, I mean, we'll probably talk about it a little bit later, but it's good versus Leia because
Yeah.
they're a pretty good team versus Leia. You don't have the secret idea.
Yeah.
However, talking about what works versus Riva, again, going back to stats from last week, this is like 100. I think it's 100% unless you don't have Malik in there. Then it goes down a little bit.
Yeah. That's
Um,
pretty expensive though.
it is, but really, Malgus on defense, he gets killed by Cal, Jedi Knight Cal.
I mean, I know that,
So I
but
mean,
like, it's still they use their cow. Like, I still just set him with Marauder and Talon. That's just because
for,
I'm stubborn.
but the thing is, like the way I view Cal in threes. This is just threes. I'm not talking fives.
Hmm.
I just don't think Cal is that good in threes. He kills Malgus. That's
Right.
fantastic. But like, what else is he killing that you couldn't kill just with JKL and some other
Um,
stuff?
I think one of the better counters for Leia is JML with Jedi Cal and some others, where that's one of the things that has the best shots. Or there's not
I
like
still think you need. I think you need to use Riva first or something to kill a side first.
yeah,
Otherwise, the JML Cal thing is like 22%, 23%. It's
true.
not super.
It's annoying how they ignore taunt constantly. They
Yeah.
are just too good.
And interestingly, too, I know we're watching a Malik versus Riva fight and talking Malgus versus Riva, and talking about Leia and Cal. But when you do use Jedi versus Leia and you're trying to clean up or something like that, what actually seemed to have a bigger impact, admittedly, there's only like 13 fights or something like that. A bigger impact is JKL because Leia's a tank, so you do the bonus damage.
True. When
I
I was,
really,
I don't know. I
okay.
thought like JKR was really important too, just to put the buff immunity in the mark, because that prevents Fearless, I think.
Yeah, that is a great point. Maybe
Yeah,
we
but
can
I
look
like
at some stats
JKL.
later.
I mean, I don't have Cal yet, so and no, he doesn't go on defense because he's kind of stupid on defense. So I have barely
Yeah.
any experience with him, other than just like other people, watching other people or listening to other people.
No, he's definitely great. I mean, I think in fives, well, that was big hit. In
Yeah,
fives
that was
especially, he's
217.
awesome. So here's an interesting one.
Yeah.
This fight is, I expected it to be a slam dunk.
Me too.
But I was very surprised. I think it's especially because of here. I think they had the Captain Rex Omicron, and they generate so many buffs. Like the amount of stacking damage you're getting with the gas team is crazy.
Yeah.
But with the skill delay on Rex, it slows down your initial moves quite a bit. And yeah, well, still 134.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting comp because, I mean, it's like, what the heck is Rex doing there? But I guess he is a rebel fighter, right? Yeah.
And he doesn't really work that well in other teams, stats-wise at least, in threes. Like I actually think this is quite a good setup.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not expect them to do so well versus Gas Rex 5s.
Seriously.
Like that was just a... I don't think the fight was necessarily in doubt.
Why did that do nothing to him?
Well, let me go back a moment.
Or like not as much?
No, it does a lot of damage. He just has a huge stack of health. Because he
No,
also
that did
gets bonuses.
That did 70,000 damage. To Rex, it did like 200 some thousand. So I don't know what it is about his kit reducing that, or his data.
34 basic and 70. Okay, well I'll have to check. I'm not sure either.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't think he has bonuses against percentage health. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Good call. I never caught that.
Oh.
So here I have an okay Datacron. They have a pretty good one. I thought this was interesting though, because depending on how you use Malicos and what you want to do with him, it could theoretically lead you to put a Seer team without Malicos, in threes at least.
That's me.
I think yeah, so I also am in a similar position, but I don't find this comp to be really that good in threes.
You only got one offensive threat there. Yeah, I think you need ATF. Because that's
I agree.
You're juggling threats. Seer could pop off at any time.
ATF is also, if you have her level 9, like I don't think it's super amazing, but the taunt ignore is pretty nice. Like if you try to do bounty hunters versus her or something.
Yeah.
It's a bit of RNG that could go in your favor, but this is just, I don't know. I'm not super impressed. And it seems a waste of KRU almost.
Right, he's really valuable right now, it seems. I mean, when he's needed for the Seer Malicos team to get past Gidme, and then also if Slicker with Malicos and crew turns out to be the Leia killer, that I feel it can be, then he's even more popular there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm also very hopeful for that working out. Yeah, similar to you, that's why I don't have, at least for this round, this week, I didn't put KRU on defense.
Yeah.
I wanted to try that out. Should be interesting. And he doesn't even take that long to die. It's funny enough, for so long, KRU would last forever. But with the true damage and healing immunity, it's sort of satisfying to be able to kill him so quickly.
Yeah, I remember doing Galactic War against the Gear 8 crew and with my Phoenix and just could get nowhere. And I like raged just all by myself. I'm like, this is so annoying.
It was him and Django who I'd often I don't want to say often, but more than once or twice, I would time out against in 5v5 using CLS.
Yes. Dango,
I'd be
that
like,
happened to me.
God, I forgot again about those stupid characters that hurt me for bringing in a mass assist debuff team.
Right.
Yeah, during that golden age where Chupio came out,
Yeah.
made CLS crazy again. So yeah, here is Ray. Honestly, after my fights in week 1, I was expecting, specifically if there was a good Ufu dark side Kron on the Starkiller team, I was expecting Ray to just be demolished by Starkiller. I don't know if it's because like learning or something like that, but the win rate didn't change dramatically from last season, last 3v3 season.
That also surprised me. And frustrated me. I mean, I did win one. I think I won 1 week with Starkiller against Ray, but I lost 2. It was the JTR comp, which is the best. I don't know.
For sure.
Seems to have my number. I just wasn't doing as much damage with Starkiller as I thought I would be. Like, I thought I even had riposte and everything, and I thought I was gonna like, okay, like, she's going into damage immunity now, and then just didn't, and then I don't know. It was tough.
Well, I freely admit that this is probably one of my least favorite Ray counters, because it feels like 1 out of 3 or 4 times I will just screw something up. I will play it terribly. But in this case, at least, it went pretty well.
Well, and it's like, I don't know, JTR. I feel like when Ray was an ult, JTR could have just gone and cleansed her off, and then you're dead from the ult. It's just like things out of your control.
Yes, that is very true. That's often one of the things that'll get you.
Here, you didn't pull the Star Destroyer, and I was shocked that you didn't pull it.
Oh, right here?
Yeah, because like...
Okay.
Why? So, because like Palpatine wasn't heal blocked, and then he got heal blocked immediately after.
Frankly, a lot of times, and maybe this is why I lose so many, or why I dislike this counter, I let Palp die. I don't really care if he's dead. It stops Ben from coming back.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it's like lazy man's way to win.
Around. I mean, it worked. When I previewed this footage, I couldn't believe it. I thought like, oh my gosh, that's a mistake. You're just showing this to show what not to do, and then you won. So, good job.
Well, I think it also is because of the way I mod my Starkiller. He is still not modded for offense. He's modded for a boatload of health. So I know that his nuke does a lot of damage.
Yeah. That's more viable
again,
now without set 9.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I'm not recommending it to anybody else, just to be clear. But for me, at least, it works. Oh yeah, that was my first on the second. So here's something that I thought would be amazing on defense, just given the dynamics. But I'm talking about the Lord Vader and Malicos Maul. I thought that'd be a really cool defensive team.
Yeah.
But looking at the stats afterwards, it sucks. Like, it's one of the better ones, even for Fennec to beat. Like Fennec.
I thought it was like 30-some% for Fennec.
I think it was 46 or 48%. Maybe I didn't have some certain datacrons included or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think it was, I mean, to me, 30 even is still pretty decent versus a Maul setup.
I mean, yeah, but I'm not feeling good about that if I'm on offense. I said this once in my last round. The guy didn't end up attacking, but I was just like, I'm not sure what to do with Malicos. Because when I took him on offense with Seer, I took him against a Hondo. He got ransomed and then didn't do anything, and Fulcrum just destroyed the whole team. I was like, I don't need him.
Oh,
I just put him on defense with Lord Vader, but didn't get to see anything happen with that.
Yeah, in my first week, I had him on defense with Seer and oh, that's terrible. I don't remember. Seer and I don't think KRU. Yeah, it was actually Seer and KRU. I put Seer, KRU, and Malikos, which in the end is a good comp. But I think in most of the fights he got GL'd. Maybe the very first one they got a hold, but
that whirlwind didn't even get past his protection up. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this is still a good defense, honestly. Like, I think you're playing it well, and it's still kind of hard.
Yeah, it's not great banners, but like as long as Ray stays above 50% health.
Yeah, but look, he's getting close to. I don't know. This easily could have gone wrong. Like, Vader could have knocked her below.
Yes, it's possible. And looking at stats, this is the only time this particular comp was used in the first week. But the comp got killed really easily by JML without Cal, even. JML with Cal easily. JMK still beats it easily. SLKR beats it easily. Like,
yeah.
For the GL counters, at least, I didn't really see anything that gave me hope.
Yeah.
Not saying it's bad. It just seems like a potential waste of Malikos.
Yeah, I don't think it's the optimal use. It's hard to like find it. If he kills Leia, that's the optimal use. But I mean, that's relieving to me. If it is just like bad, like it's just a waste, I'm happy because I do not want to put him with Maul and Lord Vader, because Lord Vader, Maul, and Thrawn seems to be the best defensive one.
Agreed.
It's like with Bam you can do it, but it's like a coin flip. If Thrawn fractures your Bam, you're just dead. And then any other Fennec lineup is toast too.
Yeah, it really is. I think that it has like a 30-something% success. Because also, if Thrawn fractures Fennec, at least in my experience, that also is oftentimes a loss. Or maybe you kill one, but rarely win.
Those are like the only two options, because you can't fracture Grief. Grief is stealth. I thought you wanted him to fracture Fennec there, because Bam could keep her alive, and then you just hold out and withstand Maul's onslaught. This is a good use of Kidmate, by the way. Very nice.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is actually was a test, too. I think in this one, they have the damage reduction datacron, and it doesn't apply to Courage.
Oh, that's right. Like, things that are like damage based on health, like Malgus' Hop, for some reason, they're just exempt. Which is kind of annoying, because, like, I thought that would be amazing for Gas versus Malgus. No, it doesn't even work. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, same. So I was curious. This barely worked. Does not inspire confidence. Look at Ayla's health. It's ridiculous.
That was my thought exactly. I was like, "Ooh, this looks cool," and then she almost done like, "Okay."
On the other hand, my Ayla is R5. Not that you really necessarily want her over R5.
Mine too.
And she's only modded for crit chance. I use her as like a stun bot, and so still, I thought it was cool that it worked, but it very easily could have gone another direction.
Yeah,
not confidence inspiring.
I love JKL with that damage reduction. I got a ton of holds on defense, or like the one time he got attacked, he held a bunch, but I don't know how much left they had, but it just worked. It made sense in my mind that he would get some good holds there, especially with like Mace.
Yeah, JKL, nice combo.
Yeah. And here we got a ships battle from you. This is uncommon.
Yeah, well, my first week, along with very lucky one win, I wanted to try a bunch of stuff out because I knew I wouldn't have a regular time to attack and look at any stats or anything, or look at any videos really. So I tried, I think my Marauder here it's 6-star.
Yeah.
Versus Profundity. and it won, but it's lucky. They could have killed Ahsoka a couple of times and didn't, like right there.
Yeah.
Ahsoka should be dead, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's dicey.
So had Ahsoka died, I think I would have lost the fight. But she didn't. So I ended up winning
Well,
pretty well.
I think you could have had her die, because I think once you get Y-wing down, because I have done this a fair amount of times. Once you get Y-wing down, you're
Okay.
pretty good to go. Because
Okay.
even like I have a low gear Plo, I'd like taunt with him even though he was gonna die, and yeah, that really helped. That sped things up, but it you seem to be able to handle them pretty well if you just get the bomber down. But it's not my
Okay.
favorite.
Good to know. Yeah, I haven't tested this out hardly. Well, this is the first time I played the fight, honestly,
Oh,
in this particular match.
that
Um,
basic is so strong.
it's ridiculous. I can't wait to see what it's like at 7 stars.
Yeah.
It's relatively interesting, the fleet meta now, with Marauder in there. This was hilarious. It reminds me of like Darth Revan doing his
That's-
AoE. Like,
It
all
reminds you
right.
of what AoE?
When Darth Revan does his AoE versus Jedi or something like that,
Okay.
or Rebels, bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, that's
Um,
yep.
yeah. So Leia. So this is looking at Leia Drogon R2. I don't have any Datacron selected. I think I should select the Drogon one.
Yeah, that's the best one.
So I'm not selecting any level 6, even though damage reduction seems the most popular. Um, so yeah, we were talking earlier about SLKR and Malicos, and I think this is what we were referring to.
Yeah. I mean,
Because
that's the
that
highest win rate I've seen with like more than 5 battles, even though it's only 7.
yeah. Well, I'm very curious now about the speeds to see whether Leia. So let's find a good win here. So let's go look at this guy's stats. Oh, Schmertz, I know him, great player. His SLKR speed modded at 594.
594, yeah.
Shiza. Who
Playing
is he
fast.
playing? Let's go see who he's playing. Shiguko John, a good player also. He's in Maw. His Leia, because I saw quite a few like sort of tanky build Leias. His Leia is 562, so SLKR
Still
is faster.
fast. Yeah, but Slicker's faster. Yeah, and it seemed well,
Yes,
I don't know if we were talking about it in this video earlier or just before, but you want Slicker to be faster just on Drogon before Leia goes.
exactly. Because then when Leia goes, I think like technically with Malicos you get the Savior and crit
For immunity
immunities.
turns, yeah, if you have that Omicrons.
But I will check after. I don't want to check now, like, and use up our last minutes here. But that one thing is I'm very curious about. All these wins are SLKR going faster,
Yeah.
which I think technically is not that hard to do anyway,
Yeah.
because his base speed I think is higher than Leia's, and you want her protection, or I mean her health based, broadly speaking, anyway. But we'll be curious if that's the defining factor in all of these wins.
I even tested this out in Squad Arena, so there's no Omicrons active against a Leia 3v3. It was ultimate, but it was missing 3 Zetas. It had the lead, the log special, and Galactic Legend Zeta. But I still won twice with Slicker and Malicos, even though there's
cool.
no Omicrons. So you just really want to avoid that level 6 where you're gaining turn meter with Slicker, because you're just going to nerf yourself.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay, what level 6 did you have? The defense or riposte? Or...
It was riposte. I wanted. I think
like...
I wanted the defense, but riposte might be better, possibly.
I think. Yeah, I think I have. I don't even know for threes if I have a riposte for this one, but I think that would be the best one, especially given their protection up regeneration that have later in the fight. Like you have so many specials to use. I think you'll always have riposte active, so it can just make the fight so much faster.
Yeah, it's really only Malikos making use of it though, because he counters. Sligger's not going to counter or attack out of turn. Because
That's
Riposte
true.
is only for attacking out of turn. That's why I'm like not super big on
Mhm.
it. It's really just they attack you, and Malikos comes back and hits them.
Yeah. Well, he also Malikos assists like crazy. He assists
True. Oh,
when
that's another
somebody
thing
else
actually
uses
too,
something.
right? Yeah.
So
So
he should be
there's two
going.
instances.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm very curious to see it. Well, hopefully in like 10, 15 minutes, I'll give it a shot and see what happens.
Me too. Immediately after this, I want to boot up the game and do that battle. Mitchin to do it.
Yeah. I'll let you know when we're done how it goes. I'm curious to see how yours goes too.
Same. All right, I think that's a good place to wrap it up because it's both on both our minds. Thanks so much, Kyn. Pleasure as always.
It's a
I think this
pleasure.
was a great slew of battles to go over. Very interesting stuff. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure, Mr. Professional. Good luck with your match.
All right, best of luck to both of us. Thanks, everyone.